This box is fully compatible with the Cypher System. Wacht, dat sloeg nergens op. Everything in this box is fully compatible with the Cypher System, as the company themselves, Monte Cook Games, have sent me a bunch of items for me to look at. Okay, I lied in my intro. Actually, everything in this box has been hand-selected by myself because the people from Monte Cook Games have sent me an email giving me a coupon code for their webshop. And I went on a shopping spree and I bought me a lot of stuff that is in here, and I know exactly what is in here. So what I'm going to do is unbox it, take every book and every bit of thing out of it one by one and kind of explain to you what it is and what it can mean for your table and your game. I need something to open this box, so I'm totally not prepared. So I'm going to open this box with a pike weapon, which is cool because we are fantasy people and we play with pike weapons in our games. So let's just open this box up really quickly. It actually worked. I opened it up with a pike weapon. With a polearm, not a pike weapon. Mr. T, it is a polearm. A pike weapon doesn't really make any sense. So all I got was this lousy bit of paper. Just some paper. That's it. There's so much amazing stuff in here. I can already see it. It's the Monte Cook Cypher dice. Before we go any further, Monte Cook Games has a Kickstarter going on right now. Nope, a crowdfunding campaign on Backer Kit going on right now, where they already raised a shit ton of money for new adventures, for new books, for new toolkits to come out for the Cypher System and all kinds of different genres. It is a crazy thing. Just click the link in the description below if you're interested. Now, Monte Cook has sent me a coupon code, like I said, to go on a shopping spree on their website, but I ended up buying more than the coupon code, so I ended up paying a few bucks extra just because I wanted these dice. Because in the picture, they look really cool, so I'm just gonna take a quick look at them, and they look so amazing. So at first glance, this looks like a normal D6, which it is, only the Cypher System is on the 6, but you can use it as a D6. This is a D100, like we know and love it from 5th edition and any other tabletop RPG that uses it. You use it rarely in the Cypher System, but you use it. So it's a cool D100. It looks really, I'm going to try to kind of like give you a glance of it. But then there is the D20. The D20 is special because it has a special 17, it has a special 18, and it has a special 19. And of course, it has the Cypher logo somewhere here. Where is it? Where is that? For the 20. So the reason for that is with the Cypher System, cool stuff happens when you roll a natural 17. Even cooler stuff happens when you roll a natural 18. Even cooler stuff happens when you roll a natural 19. And amazingly cool stuff happens when you roll a natural 20. And that is why this is like a special die for that. You can just use it in your D&D 5th edition game or Pathfinder or whatever, but for Cypher System, it's just a little bit more special. And I love that you only need these dice to play the entire Cypher System game. So I think they look legit really cool. Okay, this is something that I look really forward to. It is one of the most beautiful covers that I've ever seen. Godforsaken by Monte Cook and Sean K. Reynolds. So this is a cover, a front of shelf cover, a top of shelf. It's a cover you put somewhere because it's so damn beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen. It looks like a limited edition cover, but it isn't. It's just Godforsaken. And what is Godforsaken? Godforsaken is basically a campaign setting, a full fantasy, high fantasy campaign setting. But there's more. It's also a tool set to create fantasy and play high fantasy for and with the Cypher System. It includes rules for treasures, for traps, for magic, playable species with new foci, guidelines for adapting existing foci to fantasy, dozens of fantasy creatures and NPCs. Really excited for that. Discussion of the many varieties of and subgenres of fantasy. The complete Godforsaken setting. Characters see glory and wealth as they venture into the Godforsaken lands. But there is more to the dimension, blah, blah, blah. 2 full-length adventures. I didn't know that. For use in the Godforsaken setting or your own campaign. +3 Cypher shorts. Oh, wow. So there are 3 shorts, Cypher shorts, which are short adventures. And then there is full-length adventures. I don't really know what they mean with because I'm new to the system and new to the books. I don't really know what they mean with full-length and short, what the difference is exactly. But yeah, so these are some of the monsters. There's definitely some cool world building in here. There's some cool artwork in here. Art department, Monte Cook Games does a really good job. So this is the high fantasy we know from games like Pathfinder, like Dungeons and Dragons. It's the kind of game a lot of you want to play, but maybe with a different, more faster gaming system that doesn't get in the way and doesn't fall apart starting level. Wow, starting level 12. There's this giant, well, gargantuan scorpion attacking a city. There's all of that stuff. I will absolutely be reviewing Godforsaken because this might be the one that I'm most excited about. So I got the dice and I got Godforsaken. I think I have 3 more books to go. All right, Numenéra, Edge of the Sun. So I already did a review on my channel for the Cypher System rulebook, and I also did a review on my channel for Numenéra, which is right there on my shelf. The setting, a campaign setting for the Cypher System. Now, just to be really quick about this, Godforsaken doesn't have the Cypher System rules printed in it. So Numenéra does, because that's where it all started. They built Numenéra and they built a gaming system for Numenéra, and then they printed the Cypher System rulebook. So if you want to play Godforsaken and you're reading it and you're like, what are they talking about? It's because you need to read the Cypher System rulebook or be familiar with the Cypher System. Just saying that it is an add-on kind of thing. It's downloadable content, and so is this. This is downloadable content for the Numenéra campaign setting, and it's called Edge of the Sun. It brings space travel and space exploration into the Numenéra campaign setting, which it already has hints of, but this just has this weird structure that sits at the edge of the sun, and few who dwell in the 9th world know of the greatest achievement of the ancients, for it rests impeccably, despite its vast size, on the very edge of the sun itself. So new creatures, dozens of new ciphers, a map generator that lets you easily create infinite regions within the planet-sized engine of the gods. So this is the engine of the gods. It is planet-sized, and when your characters want to go kind of explore it, it can become like this complete maze of hallways and corridors like you see here, right? And they might end up being lost because there is this map generator. You probably have to roll for it, and then you get like random rooms and random encounters with random creatures. And yeah, it's this kind of sci-fi, so it brings more of a sci-fi feel to the Numenéra fantasy setting. The Numenéra science fantasy setting is a science fantasy setting, and you can go as much fantasy with it as you like, but you can also go as much science fiction as you like, because you can go all ways with it, because it is a Cypher system and it's meant to be played in the way that you play it. It kind of gives me like this weird Alien meets Star Wars meets I want to say there's another movie I want to say. So there's Alien, there's Star Wars, and there's other stuff that I don't really remember. But yeah, it kind of gives you, like Doom, for example. Doom, where you go into this space station or whatever, and you have to shoot all kinds of weird creatures, and they seem to randomly pop up from everywhere. That's basically how you can play this. And the Cypher system was really good for that, because the Cypher system is really fast paced. So combat is really more like Doom, like and you rip off the head of a demon, and you bite out an ear from a demon and spit it at another demon and throw that at it. Anyway, Numenéra, the 9th world. Bestiary! Yes, they have bestiaries. The beasts and the monsters in Numenéra in the Cypher system are really simple. You can create one in a matter of minutes. You can create a really cool one in a matter of a few minutes more. And you can create an epic one in a matter of like 5 to 10 minutes. That's how simple monsters are in the Numenéra campaign setting. But still, they have a bestiary. They have more of these. I think they have 3 or 4 of these already. So if you're playing the Numenéra campaign setting and you want... the Numenéra campaign setting has monsters. This has monsters. And there's more of these books. Expansions for the Numenéra campaign setting with monsters. Then there are the bestiaries that have monsters. You will never have to come up with your own monsters. Look at this. This is really cool. This is really cool. So... yeah, okay, that's really cool. So, monsters. This is just a bestiary like we know and love it. There's a beast here, and there's the beast here, and let's just flip through it real quickly. Okay, so there is this hound that has tentacles coming out of his mouth, which is a level 4 creature, so you need to roll a 12 in order to hit it. Yeah, wow. Really, really cool. Really, ooh. More beasts, more animals. I just ended up buying one bestiary because I already have more beasts than I can probably use in all of my games. So as you can see, some beasts are like full page explanation and everything, and I really like the interior. I really like this. It's a really cool thing they did. So yeah, the 9th World Bestiary, featuring more than 130 creatures. More than 130 creatures. So 131 creatures? I don't know. And characters, offering game masters advice on using pre-made creatures as well as creating your own. This is something I'm planning on doing on my channel, by the way. I really want to do just a video where I just take a monster ID and just create a Cypher System monster for it. For example, or just take a 5th edition monster, right? Just take a 5th edition monster from my own book, from Isle of the Dreaded Cursed, and kind of like put it into the Cypher System, just like translate it into the Cypher System. Anyway, last book, Numenéra Player's Guide. Yes, there is a Player's Guide. If you don't want your players to read the entire Numenéra book, this one can be really, really, really useful. Basically, all of the information in here, man, it's really high quality. Like, I know soft covers are, which I always call flappy books, are always like meh, but this feels really sturdy for a amazing characters, one with 9 worlds. All the basic game rules for this fast-paced, story-based tabletop role-playing game. Concept-driven character generation system with scores of options for building just the character you imagine. Overview of the unique and wondrous 9th world setting. So this is really to create that character that fits in the Numenéra, in the 9th world, basically, campaign setting. So all of the information in here, not all of the art, because I think I've never seen this art, is already in the Numenéra, like, a lot of this information is also in the Numenéra book, but if you want to hand this to your players to like build a character and you don't want them to know anything really more than what their character is, what the 9th world setting is in a broad way, then just hand them over the Numenéra's Player's Guide. I'm going to put this on the table, the living room table, and just slide it under my girlfriend's nose and be like, hey, wait, look at this. This is something new I got. So yeah, anyway, that is what I got. I got the dice. The really cool looking dice. That's maybe the thing I'm most happy about. I got the Player's Guide to get people to play the Cypher System with me, Numenéra. I've got a Numenéra Bestiary, which I don't need because I already have enough monsters. I got an expansion for Numenéra that I'm actually planning on taking stuff from for my actual play of Numenéra that is coming up on my channel, which is called the Cypher Boys, which sounds really silly and also is really silly. I got Godforsaken. If I can get my players, some of my players, to try out the Cypher System, and they don't want to play sci-fi, they don't want to play science fantasy, they're like, no, we want to play swords, boards, fantasy, spellcasting type stuff. hey, don't worry, I got you covered. Godforsaken, and then I'll sneak in some Numenéra stuff anyway, because I'm the Dungeon Master, Game Master, and I can do whatever the heck I want. So without further ado, that was the video. Make sure to check out the Kickstarter by Monte Cook Games they're having right now. They have a lot of money already brought in, and they're on the way to have more. So if you want more adventures, more stuff from Monte Cook Games and the Cypher System, make sure to check that out. And until next video, bye-bye.